Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's fourth video. Day 10 will take us to the 7th of May. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. Maybe we'll try a look at weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. That gets us well into the second half of May. And we'll also have a look at the CFS for May itself as well, actually. So all that's to come. Sit back, relax, enjoy. And I shall get on back for you in a moment. Just say that first. Video sets our 6 AM UK weather forecast. And we'll also release a 7th update for summer 2025. That's a bit of a solar special. GavsWeatherVids study round for April 2025 has also been released. And so that's your eclectic mix of this and that for your Sunday afternoon, evening viewing pleasure. Now I've got your 10 to 14 day. Not a live stream 10 to 14 day. I'm at work doing my second job this afternoon and this evening. But next live stream will be on Wednesday. So I shall see you all then, hopefully. And we'll do a 10 to 14 day. And as well as that, we will include long range in Wednesday's live stream too. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you everyone for doing that. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday. And let's get on with your 10 to 14 day event. So we're going to start off with the latest wind flow map from earthnoschool.net, showing that we've got low pressure out in the Atlantic, a weather system in Schubert, but we've also got high pressure to our south and east, and up is coming that southerly to southwesterly flow there. So temperatures are on the rise. In fact, by the middle part of the week, would you believe we could be seeing the temperature getting into the high 20s Celsius down in the south Thursday afternoon. Some of the output, like UKV anyway, is suggesting temperatures might get up to sort of 27, 28, though into the 80s Fahrenheit for May Day. We'll see. These are GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. Looking at Newcastle upon Tyne today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Newcastle. So only off above average with those upper air temperatures over the next week. But we see them coming down as we go into the bank holiday weekend. Typically, there is a cool down going on then before from the first week into the second week of May, we find the upper air temperature just starting to tick back up again a little bit. I'm so sorry everyone, the upper air temperature just starts to tick back up a little bit into the second week of May perhaps. Of course that's a long way out and therefore extended range and unreliable. Precipitation wise, there'll be lots of dry weather to come over the next week or so. Maybe a little bit showery over the bank holiday weekend. That's to be disturbing. It could be a bit showery into the second week of May as well. But, well, that's a long way off. And even then, it looks relatively dry, I have to say. Like, even over the bank holiday, which is perhaps the strongest period to be somewhat wetter, just bear some slightly bigger precipitation spikes. Even that's not anything overly dramatic. And you look at that and you think, well, it's been a dry spring, and it looks like the dry conditions generally for Newcastle anyway, over the east side of the country, are likely to continue probably for the next week. The only change is in the temperature with the very warm start and then cooling down over the bank holiday. Temperature anomalies for the next 5 days up to the 2nd of May, significantly above average. Most deep red colours there. So on the temperature scale, I reckon that's going to about, I don't know, maybe 5-6 degrees above average there across some parts of central and eastern England. That's a very significant anomaly to average. So going to be really warm in the next 5 days. 6 to 10 day temperature on both shows quite a significant cool down back close to average. So a bit above average though, even then. 10 to 14 day goes even further towards average. That might even hint at being a bit on the cooler than average side, some southern and southeastern areas anyway. But they're definitely a cool down from a really warm start there. Precipitation anomalies for the next 7 days up to the 4th of May, Star Wars Day. And I saw a range of sniff last night. Really, really good. I saw it at the View in Northampton. The other cinema, Cineworld, is that's gone at Sixfields. So anybody knows Northampton would know Cineworld at Sixfields. Well, that's gone, but it's going to be opening up, I think, in July, June or July anyway, as an Odeon Deluxe, I think. So blimey, recliner chairs and all of that sort of stuff going to be there. But I saw Avengers Sevenfold, really good. The theatre was completely, well, not completely full, one or two empty, but virtually full. Everyone, having a really good time. Although a few people start just before. I'm not so sorry, I'm off on a tangent. But everybody knows with Benjamin Sip, there's a moment where Anakin, well, you don't see it, but like he ignites his lightsaber and is about to kill the Padawans. He's about to kill the children. It gets really, really dark, that film. You don't actually see him killing the younglings, but what's going to happen next as it cuts away. A few people clapped at that. I was quite shocked at that. That's supposed to be like a really dark moment. I'm sure George Lucas didn't intend people to be clapping at the moment. Anakin is, Darth Vader Anakin is about to kill the younglings. I thought, what are you clapping for? Anyway, everybody can do what they want, can't they, when we're in the cinema, I guess. That's the joy of watching a film with an audience. All right, let's get back on track. I'm so sorry, I'm completely up on a tangent. But it would be gaff if we didn't go off on these tangents, would it? Right, okay, now, where were we? Precipitation anomalies for the next 7 days. Up to Star Wars Day, 4th of May, coming out drier than normal, 8 to 14 day. Precipitation anomalies, dry when I'm north, but nearer normal further south. It looks pretty dry, doesn't it, for the next couple of weeks. The only change, really, is with the temperatures, a warm or very warm start, and then cooling down. Right, let's start going from chart day to end. This all-important UK Met Euro run is looking for midnight on Wednesday. High pressure dominating, mostly dry, fine and warm. Into Thursday, which of course is the 1st of May Day. Then lots of dry, fine, warm weather there. The high pressure carries on with the UK Met into the bank holiday weekend, but by next Sunday, just signs of a chop begin to move in from the southwest. That's going to be very warm and would lift the temperature at least into the low to mid 20s Celsius. But as this low moves in from the Atlantic, that could add instability, volatility, so possibly a bit of a hint of something maybe thundery going on there into the bank holiday weekend with the UK Met. This icon is looking, again, high pressure brings a lot of dry weather with it through the end of the week and into the weekend. And heading on up towards the 4th of May, so to get to the icon, again, that high pressure is rock solid, going nowhere fast, implying that the dry, fine, warm conditions carry on for the bank holiday weekend as well. The KMA looking like this once more. High pressure is in control and in the ascendancy through to next weekend at least. Gradually, that high pressure begins to slip a bit further eastwards as lower pressure begins to head in off the Atlantic. So by the end of KMA run, starting to turn more unsettled. But I think the KMA has shifted today to extend that high pressure out, certainly through the bank holiday weekend, and possibly even a little bit beyond that, to be honest. Okay, let's go through the GFS operations. It's GFS midnight run to start off with. Once more, high pressure brings mostly dry and fine conditions in with it to through the part of this week. By next weekend, high pressure just inching out into the Atlantic, starting to pull down something slightly cooler from the north. So mostly dry but cooler as we go through the first weekend of May. This north-northeast, you could be a few showers into the east and the northeast, but I think it's still a lot of dry weather going on there. The only difference is a change in wind direction, bringing a change in the temperature. Cooling down for the bank holiday weekend, and then into the following weeks. This gets us to day 10, which is the 7th of May. We find that low pressure is deepening to the north of Scotland, possibly starting to bring some wet, windy weather in there. In the extended, the GFS midnight run does turn unsettled. We get a big dartboard then setting up into a second week of May. That's the 9th of May. 985 millibar, deep area of low pressure centred over Scotland, looking rather wet and windy. Oh dear. Well, that gets out of the way, and then we find we've got some high pressure out to the west, low pressure to the northwest of Scotland. Looking a little bit more changeable there through the second week of May, I think, and quite a lot cooler. But again, I have to keep emphasising this in the videos. Like, you remember Easter was supposed to be very unsettled at one point. At one point, we even looked like we might have a washout Easter. It never materialised, and this changed to like unsettled weather. Let's get back to the dartboard. So there's the dartboard. That's the 9th of May. That's a long way off. So whether that will ever verify in reality, you know, remains to be seen. And remember, GFS 6 once more with high pressure dominating the weather throughout this week. The high pressure inching out into the west of the UK and Ireland by the first weekend of May, so turning a little bit cooler, but still a lot of dry weather through that bank holiday weekend. Lots of useful weather, even if it's not particularly warm. The warmth happens before the bank holiday. After that, well, not as much low pressure, again, with the GFS 6 compared to the big dike run, so basically dry, fine conditions carry on there with the GFS 6 all the way up to 13th May, telling us, but once again, have lots and lots of uncertainty within the model output. If you're enjoying the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Make sure you're open for doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids, get them to subscribe to. And we thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Around 60 subscribers will get us to 19.7k. So if you could give us a sub, that'd be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Right, GM, once more with high pressure dominating the weather. On Wednesday, that high pressure fest carries on through the second half of the week as well into the first weekend of May. High pressure ruling up the roost once more. And up to day 10, well, no change. It's high pressure, high pressure, high pressure, high pressure all the way with the GEM. And probably not all that much of a cool down, to be honest. So if we go back, I can't really see, you know. So that's like Thursday. That's when we could get temperature to the mid-high 20s down in the south. That's Friday, probably ditto then. I mean, that might bring something a little bit cooler in, I suppose, from up the North Sea. But there's no sign, really, of anything all that much cooler happening there, to be honest. So that keeps the warmth going through the bank holiday weekend, I would have thought, in the main. And then the ECM rounding it all off, once again, with high pressure in control as we go through the middle part of the week. That high pressure then eases just to our west into the bank holiday weekend. So that does bring some cooler air in, particularly to the north and to the north and to the east as we go through the bank holiday weekend. After bank holiday Monday, then the high pressure is moving towards Greenland, and that does start to open the door some significantly cooler and more showery conditions. So a big change then around day 8, 9 and 10 with the ECM. So the trough low pressure shifting away to the south from the east, blocking air high pressure around Greenland Iceland and bringing the wind around to a cooler, or even, you say, probably quite a cold northeast. So a big change there with the ECM. Very dramatic, really, from for warmth of around Thursday to much cooler, even colder northeasterlies by days 8, 9 and 10. Beyond that, well, we keep on the cool side of a ridge, so no return to really warm temperatures. Generally that high pressure out to the west, winds coming in the west and northwest direction, looking rather cool and showery then up to about the 12th of May. Based on the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com, so it can be a lot of dry weather to come over the next few days, of course, even towards the end of next week, bank holiday weekend. Lots of dry weather. Just starts to turn a little bit more showery here. That's going into the bank holiday weekend, of course. Some showery rain moving south, some heavy showers in the north. They even turn a little bit wintry there for bank holiday Monday. And then lots of heavy showers taking us all the way up to around day 10. Bishop option on the table with the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. It's getting us to the 7th of May. 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles, all of them with high pressure to the west, low pressure is to the east, and winds are coming in from a cooler northwesterly direction. So looks pretty strong evidence that we get a cool down going on there over the bank holiday weekend and moving up towards day 10. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It will get us to the 12th of May. 24 members of the ECM ensembles with a trough of low through the northwest Europe, a ridge out in the Atlantic, cool and showery with that winds coming in from the northeast. We've got 15 with low pressure to our north and northeast, high pressure to our west and southwest, winds coming in westerly direction, and then we've got 12 with high pressure right over top of the country. So it looks like we get a cool down over bank holiday weekend, something cooler and a little bit more showery by day 10. And then day 14, a range of options. I think, you know, could be cool and showery with this option, which is the majority option, actually. But, you know, if we have the 15 here together with 12 there, we might see high-pressure influences continuing. And then CFS V2 data finally, so these are 500 millibar height anomalies. They're broken down into weekly periods. The first week period takes us from the 27th of April to the 3rd of May, but next week has high pressure right over the top of the country. Week 2 will be the 4th to the 10th of May. Again, we're high and dry in that week as well. Week 3 will be the 11th to the 17th of May. The trough of low heading in towards Norway. A ridge out in the Atlantic. Winds coming in from a northwesterly direction. That looks cool and showering. A significant change there for week 3. And then week 4 is the 18th to the 24th of May. Low pressure down towards France, Spain, Portugal. High pressure way to the northwest. That's probably going to be quite cool. Could be a little bit on the unsettled side in the south as well. So the first couple of weeks mostly dry by the warm. And then week 3 and 4, which of course is more unreliable period, that turns cooler and more unsettled. We shall see. CFS for May overall looks like that. High pressure dominating weather, bringing a lot of dry weather with it, if that is right for May. Precipitation anomalies are close to average, and where's the temperature gone? So let's go to there. And the temperature anomaly, well, it's above average, so another warmer than average month. No signal for precipitation, but I would have thought relatively dry, and yet another anticyclonic month is signalled there with that area of above average heights, high pressure over top of UK and Ireland. We shall see. Okay, we're done. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let's know what you think about this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to share friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe too. And thank you so much, everyone, for doing that for us. Thank you so much, everyone. Love it. So much. Right, okay. Well, I say no live stream tonight. Live stream is done 10-14 day as a video upload. Next live stream will be on Wednesday, 6 p.m. So Wednesday live streams returning this week, or next week. Is it this week or next week? I never quite know when you're on a Sunday. I suppose it's next week, isn't it? This week, the coming week. That makes sense, doesn't it? Tomorrow we're going to 6 a.m. UK weather forecast. I think we'll have another little update for the early spring bank holiday weekend, and there'll be a 10 to 14 day as well, of course. For this one though, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon / evening / whenever you're watching the video, and we'll end it there. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.